How do people think that they can get away with using Paul to excuse them for breaking the Ten Commandments and teaching others to do so? One of the many places where Paul is telling us specifically to rebuke each other, rebuking each other, exhorting each other with all long suffering. He opens up 2 Timothy 3 with reprove, rebuke with all long suffering and doctrine. So rebuke each other, keep each other accountable. The next verse is, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine. The time will come when they will not endure rebuke. That's what it's saying. The time will come when they will not endure people or the watchmen rebuking them to keep the Ten Commandments. Because the church is the great whore that teaches everyone that they can break the Ten Commandments in the name of Baal. This is the prophets. This is why you use Paul and twist him to your heart's content. It's because you're unstable in the prophets. That's what Peter told you. You do not understand what the prophets said because the pastors tell you that the prophets are 99% fulfilled. That is utter dog shit. That is not true. Come out of her, my people. Stop listening to the pastors that want you to tithe. That's all that... They're there to be worshipped like a rock star. And for you to give them your money. That's what they want. That's why the lion pen of the scribes that were warned of in Jeremiah 8:8 changed love to charity. The charity of God is the word agape, and it's defined in 1 John as the keeping of the commandments. Therefore, the love of God is that he convicts you when you break the Ten Commandments. That's how you can do all things, through the Messiah who strengthens you with the spirit he gave you when he died. It's called having a conscience, but the church has seared their conscience with a hot iron, so they will not endure rebuke. The time has come where they've been turned to fables, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine. They won't endure the rebuke that he was talking about in the first verse. But they're going to heap to themselves pastors having itching ears, saying, speak unto us smooth things, tell me what I want to hear. Suppress the conviction of Jehovah. That's why they hate the people that rebuke in the gate, Amos 5. They hate them. They hate the people that tell the truth. Because they're putting salt on the wound, so to speak. They're speaking with conviction to save them, to do the right thing. But the pastors and the prophets in the Christian church suppress that conviction. And my people love to have it so. So when they're sold this lie that the actual Messiah is this Jesus Christ, who was born on December 25th, and we worship him on Sun God Day, they eat it up because he nailed the Ten Commandments. He nailed conviction to the cross, apparently. It's disgusting. They eat it up because they claim that his blood is what has delivered them to do their abominations. So Paul was right when he said, the time will come when you won't endure rebuke according to the Ten Commandments anymore. You won't endure sound doctrine. You won't endure the prophets. Therefore you misinterpret Paul. That time has come. And in Titus 1, Paul commands us to rebuke fables sharply. So there's none of this gentle Jesus bullshit that you preach either. We're supposed to be gentle with those who are genuine. They're genuinely trying to obey, or they're ignorant. You know, they're just atheists. They're not the hypocrites that you are in the church, that claim to stand on the Bible, but have spread a false image of what the Bible actually is. Mystery Babylon has told the world that God in the Bible looks a certain way. And they see your hypocrisy. They despise you for it. You've shut the doors to the kingdom for them. And God is not going to let you get away with that. Many of these atheists are going to get many more opportunities than you because you've been given your opportunity now. But you love to have these pastors ruling over you, telling you that you can do whatever you want because Jesus' blood delivers you to do those abominations like Christmas and Easter. How is an atheist? For one, an atheist doesn't open the Bible and go, oh, because Jesus died, I can whitewash a pagan festival. They don't do that. They're just in the rudiments of the world. It's just what they do. They don't do it for God. They don't say that God said you're allowed to do it. It's a complete different thing. It doesn't mean it's not grievous to watch because we know the spiritual purpose of it. It's disgusting. You think about the poor children, because the reason why the generations wax worse and worse. I thought that was mine. No. The reason why generations wax worse and worse is because of demons. And demons are cast out by the finger of God. That's an idiom for the 10 Commandments that was written with God's finger. So tell me how the church is going to get away with forsaking the 10 Commandments and telling us that the Messiah told us to do away with them. That it was the law of sin and death. The 10 Commandments, the basis of morality, is the law of sin and death. No, there was a law that was added to the Holy Covenant, the eternal, beautiful Holy Covenant that sets you apart, where God can dwell with you when you keep it because it casts the demons out. It's all spiritual. We wrestle not with flesh and blood, but with spirits and principalities that are against us. That's what we're working with here. The Bible is a spiritual book. God says, keep these 10 Commandments. We enter into covenant. I can sup with you and I can lead you from there. That's what we're called to do right now. But the calling to be a watchman or a maidservant, whatever, Jacob, my servant, means we have to warn the church for not doing that. We're establishing their judgment because they dropped the ball big time. They were supposed to spread the 10 Commandments through the Messiah to the four corners of the earth. And they've done the opposite. And for this reason, the wrath of God comes upon the entire earth, starting with Mystery Babylon.